Nicotine zero. You have probably seen phrases like nicotine-free, safe inhalation product. These days, fruit-flavored electronic cigarette-style products are being sold at convenience stores and online shopping malls. The packaging is colorful. Strawberry, grape, peach, and watermelon flavors look just like drinks or snacks. And it says this on the packaging. 0% nicotine. When I see this phrase, I think it is safe. They say that since it contains no nicotine, there is no risk of addiction, and because it is not a cigarette, it will not be harmful to health. So adults and young people are buying it, and teenagers are also buying. However, I have to tell you a shocking story today. That claim of being nicotine-free could be a lie. This is the inspection result announced by the Ministry of Food and Drug Safety on June 25, 2026. We collected 105 liquid inhalation products being sold online, emphasizing nicotine-free, and analyzed their ingredients. The results are out. Nicotine was detected in 13 products. It said it was nicotine-free, but it actually contained nicotine. And a substance called 6-methylnicotine was detected in another 12 products. Combined, 25 out of a total of 105 samples tested positive for nicotine or nicotine-like substances. I bought the product believing it was nicotine-free, but it actually contained nicotine. This is not a simple notation error. They deceived the consumers. Here, I need to tell you a little more about a substance called 6-methylnicotine. This substance is called nicotine-like. It is a new type of synthetic chemical with a chemical structure similar to natural or synthetic nicotine. Simply put, it is a substance that looks very similar to nicotine. But because its name is different, it is not legally classified as nicotine. So, I was able to avoid the regulations. With the amendment of the Tobacco Business Act on April 24, 2026, synthetic nicotine began to be legally regulated as tobacco. However, the problem is that nicotine-like substances, such as 6-methylnicotine, were not included in these regulations. A situation where nicotine is regulated, but substances almost identical to nicotine are not. Taking advantage of this loophole, companies were selling products under the name nicotine-free. They evaded the law. Then, what effect does this 6-methylnicotine have on the human body? To be honest, I don't know exactly yet. This is because it is an unverified chemical substance for which sufficient hazard assessments have not been conducted domestically or internationally. However, it is not that there is no related research at all. According to a study published in an international academic journal in 2025 by a research team at the University of Rochester, e-cigarette liquids containing 6-methylnicotine were found to generate more reactive oxygen species than nicotine. In human bronchial epithelial cells and increased cytotoxicity, it means that it could actually be more dangerous than nicotine. Furthermore, research results have reported that it exhibits effects similar to nicotine and it is cytotoxic. It may be addictive because the way it acts on the brain is likely similar to nicotine. You are inhaling unverified substances directly into your lungs. You need to think about how dangerous this is. And here is the most serious problem: adolescents. These products are spreading rapidly among teenagers. There is a reason. First, the packaging looks like a snack or a drink. With strawberry, shine, muscat, and blueberry flavors, the colorful packaging doesn't feel like a cigarette at all. Second, it says nicotine-free. Since there is no nicotine, it should be fine. It is easy to think it's not cigarettes, so it won't matter. Third, you can easily purchase it without an age verification process. Online, via social media, and even through chat apps, price information begins immediately, and delivery is made via courier without age verification or risk warnings. In an investigation by the Korea Consumer Agency as well, 14 out of 15 products lacked warnings regarding harm to youth. In effect, it is a situation where teenagers can purchase without any restrictions. Adolescent brains are still developing. This part is really important. The human brain typically develops until around the age of 25. In particular, the frontal lobe, which is responsible for functions such as judgment, impulse control, concentration, and emotional control, continues to grow through the teens and early 20s. Exposure to nicotine or nicotine-like substances during this period can affect brain development. Addiction can form much faster than in adults. It can affect concentration and memory. Impulse control ability may be weakened. Once you start, it is harder to quit. It is much more difficult than for adults. This is because addiction circuits are formed first, while the brain is still incomplete. Once an addiction circuit is formed, it does not disappear easily. If you started using a product believing it was safe because it was labeled nicotine-free, but it actually contained nicotine or nicotine-like substances, and you were unwittingly becoming addicted, this is a serious problem. And there is one more scary story. There are concerns that e-cigarettes could become a conduit for drugs. Those of you who have seen the recent news will know. Cases have been uncovered where some criminal organizations attempted to distribute e-cigarette liquid mixed with narcotic substances. Cases of inhaling cannabis, components or synthetic drugs using electronic cigarette devices have already been reported overseas. The Seoul Metropolitan Government Institute of Health and Environment also tested for a substance called etomidate in this investigation. Etomidate is a substance called a zombie drug overseas. This is because cases of mixing this substance into e-cigarette liquid and inhaling it are spreading overseas. Fortunately, narcotic substances such as etomidate, THC, and CBD were not detected in this investigation. However, experts warn: if you smoke on the street, you stand out, as the form of the electronic cigarette device itself can lower the psychological barrier to using illegal drugs. However, if you smoke an e-cigarette, it is less noticeable. It has minimal odor, produces steam instead of smoke, and is small, making it easy to carry. A school official says traditional cigarettes can be detected by their smell, but it is difficult to catch them because many e-cigarettes are odorless. Due to these characteristics, there is always a possibility that e-cigarettes could be misused as a delivery tool for illegal drugs. In that case, are there laws and systems in place to prevent this problem? Unfortunately, it is not yet complete. With the amendment of the Tobacco Business Act on April 24, 2026, synthetic nicotine was legally incorporated into tobacco. Previously, synthetic nicotine was not tobacco, only natural nicotine extracted from plants. was classified as tobacco, and chemically produced synthetic nicotine was not subject to regulation. They were able to freely sell e-cigarettes containing synthetic nicotine by exploiting this loophole. This part is blocked due to a legal amendment. However, a new loophole has emerged. Substances that do not contain nicotine or have a similar structure are not subject to regulation. Nicotine-like substances such as 6-methylnicotine are typical examples. It is a substance that is not nicotine but acts like nicotine. Since it is not legally classified as tobacco, it can be sold freely. Experts are concerned about this balloon effect. Just as pressing one side of a balloon causes the other to inflate. Regulating nicotine leads to a shift toward nicotine-like substances. When a regulation blocks one type of product, companies switch to a new substance and start selling it. The law is failing to keep up with reality. The government announced that it plans to complete the assessment of the harmful effects of 6-methylnicotine within this year, and conduct research to prepare for the emergence of other similar nicotine substances. However, these materials continue to be sold until the evaluation is complete. In the meantime, no one knows how many adolescents will be exposed to this unverified substance. I would like to share one more thing from a toxicology expert. It warns that even nicotine-free liquid inhalation products may contain carcinogens such as formaldehyde, because all components except nicotine are identical to those of liquid e-cigarettes. I think about the meaning of this phrase. This means that even if a product is truly nicotine-free, it may contain other harmful substances. Formaldehyde is a class 1 carcinogen. These substances can be produced by chemical reactions that occur when a liquid is heated. It is not safe even without nicotine. The label nicotine-free does not mean it is safe. It simply means there is no nicotine. Not there are no harmful substances. You need to know this difference. So, what can we do? You need to know this first. You should not assume that a product is safe based solely on the nicotine-free label. Even if it is labeled nicotine-free, it may actually contain nicotine. Nicotine-like substances, or other carcinogens. Do not trust the signs. I especially want to say this to my parents. If your child has a colorful, fruit-flavored device, please check it out. Start with "Let's talk" instead of "What is this?" If you press them, they will hide it. You can find out by talking. The child said, "It's nicotine-free." If you say, "It's safe," please tell me this story today. Please calmly explain to a child, at their level of understanding, that, even if it says nicotine-free, it may not be safe and could contain unverified chemicals, and that these substances can be even more dangerous because their brain is still developing. And institutional changes are also necessary. Even nicotine-like substances must be included in the scope of regulation. Age verification must be mandatory for online sales. We must mandate warnings regarding harmful effects on youth. Ingredient analysis and disclosure must be made mandatory. When the law fails to keep up with reality, it is always the weakest people who suffer. In the gaps, they are children. I will wrap this up. I thought nicotine-free e-cigarettes were safe. However, according to the results of the Ministry of Food and Drug Safety's inspection, nicotine or nicotine-like substances were detected in 25 out of 105 products. 6-methylnicotine, a nicotine-like substance, is an unverified material for which toxicity assessments have not been sufficiently conducted domestically or internationally. And there are research results indicating that it exhibits stronger cytotoxicity than nicotine. The impact of these substances on the developing brains of adolescents can be much greater than that of adults. And even if it does not contain nicotine, it may still contain carcinogens like formaldehyde. So that does not mean nicotine-free is safe. Do not trust the 3 letters nicotine-free. Verify the facts, not the labels. Please let the children know this fact. And more people need to know that. This problem is in a blind spot of the law and system. You must know to change. If you found this story helpful, please subscribe and like. And please make sure to share this video with those around you. We will be back with the next story on One Cut a Day. Thank you.